Greetings, Stroke Nation. I'd love to get on every week and uh, check, connect with my Thrive family. So it's good to have you back with me. And I want to take a few minutes to tell you some things that. Um, why do I do this podcast? Good question. Lots of reasons. Three that come to mind is um, one, I practice. Um, uh, don't forget, when I had the first stroke, it took out my speech center, and I have the aphasia, and I'm still practicing. So, um, two, um, uh, I help others thrivers recover because you don't live in a pamphlet. Uh, you live in conversations like this one. And the other thing is, I'm not narrating from a finish line. I'm still in it. Um, Same as you or your loved one or someone you give care for. And the last one I can think, because when looking for this exact kind of guide after the strokes, it didn't exist. So it does now. So with my podcast and with my book, I hopefully will give you some information and hope that you keep coming back. So I want to tell you about a few things. If you want something to hold on between episodes, I have my books, The Stroke Survivor First Aid Kit. I came out with that in November 24, and I think, probably 9 months ago, I came out with Words Stroke for Stroke Recovery Book, Volume 1, and Volume 2 and Volume 3 will come probably still this year. But when I was early in my recovery, I was still in the hospital. The speech therapist would have me use these word search books to reconnect to, because often it just looked like a jumble of letters. So back to this, way back when, I used to think of myself as a stroke survivor. And I'll just hold on to that for a moment. So if you want to find out more about my books, you can go open your browser and you can type in tinyurl.com/stroke-books. And then you'll see those. And you'll also will see when I publish more, you will see them too. And anyways, when I had the label, which many of us, most of us, use as a stroke survivor, I've survived my stroke. I survived the stroke. So, but then I started to think about it. And about 3, maybe almost 4 years ago, I started to think, I really want to be more than just surviving. I want to do something else. So I designed, I didn't, I commissioned to design T-shirts and other images like hats and things like that about Stroke Thriver. And I even spelled it differently. I spelled it O-R, not E-R, O-R like survivor. So, for example, always keep fighting, Stroke Thriver awareness. When you wear those, 2 things happen. People notice, Stroke Thriver. Tell me about that. And it gives you a chance to talk about your progress and what you're doing. And the other thing, this is really important, is teach them about stroke prevention. And um, and that's really good to do. Like a year and a half ago, I was giving a talk about strokes and stroke awareness to my church, and one of the men who goes there, about 8 months ago, he had a stroke, but he realized something was going on. He thought it was having a stroke, but he got help really fast. And he said it was because I had talked about stroke and about stroke awareness. He knew what to do. So please remember, that's what to do. So to find out, you can also the same thing, open your browser and type in tinyurl.com/stroke hyphen designs. Check them out. They're fun. I think I have 12 or 13 designs now, and more will come. So um, I, I have a place where you can always uh, see the replays. And I have a YouTube channel, and at Stroke Thrivers, and that's V as in victory, OR. But when I do this, it goes simultaneously to my YouTube channel and to my Facebook Live feed, and you can see me wherever you want. But if you subscribe to on the YouTube channel, you get a notified when you subscribe. So subscribe. So anyways, the last thing, I thought I did this many moons ago, but really we need to remember, when we want anything to change, we need to do three things: nothing, our words, our brain and body, and actions. So nothing changes until what you say are your words, what your body and brain are doing, and what you actually do all the time, all point in the same direction. So words, body and brain, actions. So keep doing it over and over, repeat it over and over until neuroplasticity kicks in. So, all right, let's do today's episode. A stroke can make it hard to remember things. I laugh about that. I've been forgetful since I can remember, and I mean, like, before I started remembering, then I started forgetting. But people who have a stroke often have problems remembering, and which they had before. So uh, this process happens because a stroke can hurt in small parts of the brain that help store new memories. So the good news is that the brain can still learn, even up to the day we die. It just needs some help and some practice. That's important. So doctors have studied many ways to help with memory after a stroke. One of the best ways is called spaced retrieval. So studies show it works, even when you can do it by a video call. You don't have to be in the same room as the person, but it helps to have a guided process. So this is good news for either the thrivers or they're not. But if you live away from a clinic where you could get your help, this help, then you can do it right near your home. Just open your computer and have someone at the other end guide you through these things, these exercises. So how space retrieval works is is you try to remember something. Then she or he waits a short time, let's say 5 or 10 seconds, and try it again. And then try to remember it again. And each time you get it right, after you get it right 2 or 3 times, then increase your interval, the space retrieval. So try to wait a little longer, double the time. Let's say if you were doing pretty well at 5 seconds, double it to 10, then double it to 20, then double it to 40 or to 30 seconds. So and keep going. A minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Keep going. So slowly the brain builds a strong path to that memory. That's huge that you have done that. So it stops feeling like hard work and it starts to feel automatic. So space retrieval only works if the person keeps practicing it a little bit each day. So it will not work just after one try. Most people notice real progress within 1 to 2 weeks of daily practice, even multiple times during the day. So let's a couple of exercises that I like. First one is called the name game. So this exercise helps you remember a name, a word, or a small fact, whatever you want to do. But the step one is pick one thing to remember. So recall somebody's name, a neighbor's name, or a word that you keep forgetting. So step two, say it out loud one time. Now you're going to wait 5 to 10 seconds and have the person ask, what was that name or that word? If you get it right, move to the next step. If not, say the name again and try a short wait again. I periodically go and do some research for stroke, and they often have to, well, they always do, have to do a series of tests. And one of them is they tell me 3 words, and I'm supposed to tell them 3 words just back. And then they do other things. And then like 3 minutes later, they ask me if I remember those 3 words, or maybe it's 5 words. So it's good to practice. So back to the exercise. Once a short wait works, double it to about 30 seconds and do it again. And once 30 seconds is now old hat, so to speak, stretch to 1 minute, then 2 minutes, then 5 minutes, then longer, as long as you keep getting it right. And so if you or somebody gets it wrong, go back to the last wait time that worked and do it again. So, and you do this once or twice or maybe 3 times a day with the same word or name until it feels easy. Then pick a new one to work on. For example, when I walk the dog, I shouldn't say always, I often will, as I'm passing somebody's house, I will say to myself, who lives there? And that's often the people in the house, they've long forgotten me, but I remember them and I remember their name. And if I see them, I say them by their name. So it helps. So do another exercise, one more. the small steps list. So this exercise helps with tasks that have more than one step, like making coffee or getting dressed. So what you're going to do is really simple, it seems. But remember, way back when I, after the strokes hit me, I was with a speech therapist. I was using the very easy word search books. So they seem easy they often to normal people, but I needed that because they were really hard. So, step one, write down the task in very small steps. Really, like for example, the coffee, you could say, go to the coffee maker. That's a step. Um, so, number two, pull the empty carafe or, oh man, what do you call them? Um, that pitcher. Oh man. um, anyways, man, the word is gone. So, anyways, you can. Um, oh man, I'm going to have another example so I don't mess it up. So, for example, how I can walk the dog. I can do that. So I can do the first thing is sit down by the door. And the dog, of course, Sparky, he knows, oh, good, means I'm going to get to go for a walk. And he will run over. But then I get um, the I use a fanny pack to keep his treats and his poop bags in him. And so I get that, and I will also get his leash. And I will put them down next to me on the couch. And then I also get my shoes, which I will wear. So I will do those. I write each step. I write it down, and then I would say, put on the fanny pack, um, put on the left shoe, put on the right shoe, tie the shoes, and I know it seems easy or maybe simple, but do it. Help yourself um, to uh, to remember everything, so you don't forget anything. So um, keep the list where you can see it often during the day, especially when you do the task. So I could put it by the couch where I get ready to walk the dog. And so I can then, even when I'm not taking Sparky for a walk, I can take them and I can say myself out loud, step one, step two, step three, step four, etc. And um, and when I keep doing that, I can start to. It can almost be automatic. So slowly, most people find that they need the list less and less. Some people always keep it up, but just in case. But it's perfectly fine either way. So that's just two exercises you can use to build your memory by practicing the same thing I did when I told you why I do this podcast. It's practice. All right, a note for the caregivers. You can help by staying patient and keeping things the same. So do not move the pillbox to a new spot because you're cleaning up. Do not skip the waiting step. Um, um, so in the name game, because it feels slow. I know it feels slow. I know it feels simple, but slow and steady is what makes spaced retrieval work. So caregivers' steady support day by day matters just as much as the exercise itself. So, this process is never about repairing something that's broken. You carry no damage that needs erasing, no lesser. So, but you need to practice. So, when you're actively constructing a new system, piece by piece, sturdy enough to hold up everything, hold up under everyday life, every recalled name, uh, what task you want to do, um, when you do it on schedule, every small win racked up along the way, that's proof that the system is working. It's holding. And that's not a minor thing. That's a victory. All right. If these two exercises help, great. Um, do it again. So if it hits homes for you, you can get my book, Stroke Survivor First Aid Kit, um, um, because the subtitle is Thrive Your Way to Recovery. But it goes even deeper, more tools, more real talk, more of what actually helps those first few months or years and beyond. And I built this book to sit on your nightstand or your coffee table and get used. Not just read it once, refer to it. All right. Which exercise are you starting with today? Say it below in the comments. And gratitude and grit. Remember, you're a thriver. That's V as in victory, O